Welcome to EDC's video series, EDC Founders Unplugged, Conversations with Iowa Risk Takers. Joining us today is Greg Edwards, founder and president of WatchPoint, a Cedar Rapids-based cybersecurity solutions business. Thanks for joining us today, Greg.
Thanks for having me, Kristen.
Can you tell us about WatchPoint and why you started the business?
Yeah, so I started WatchPoint because the last company that I had was an offsite backup and disaster recovery company. And what we were seeing starting in about 2012 was that more people needed recoveries because of cyber attacks than anything else. And we handled recoveries for Hurricane Sandy. We had a weekend where there were more ransomware attacks that needed recoveries than the whole Hurricane Sandy event.
Wow. Who does WatchPoint serve?
So our primary clients are businesses that are between 100 and 3,000 employees. And that actually is something that EDC has helped to show me that needed to be our market. I really have a passion for businesses that are even smaller than that, but the market fit for what we do really makes more sense for the 100 to 3,000 employee size.
Great. So you founded WatchPoint in 2016. What stage would you describe the business as being in today?
So we're 2 years in, but I would still consider that we're in the startup phase. So we're a software as a service company, and generally takes between 3 and 5 years to get to profitability. And I think we're actually going to do that before 3 years, but it'll be close. And so I would say that we're still in the startup phase.
Great. So as you've been building the company, have you faced any challenges as an entrepreneur?
For sure. So probably the biggest challenge that we faced is realizing we thought that we could be a service business and provide software off of the shelf and not develop our own software. But what we quickly found out is that there really wasn't anything out there specifically to stop ransomware, and that's primarily what the focus of our business is. And so we ended up having to build our own and develop our own software. So that's certainly been the biggest challenge so far.
At what point did you connect with EDC?
So I've actually worked with Kurt since before the EDC was the EDC. I started my first business when I was 24 in 1998, and I think Kurt helped me in about 2001 or 2002, but then really helped when I split Access Backup off as its own entity. Really helped to get some outside funding and launch Access Backup as its own company. So 2002, and then again more in 2007.
Okay. And how have you engaged with EDC at WatchPoint?
So with WatchPoint, really the businesses that I had started before, I would say, especially the first business, started without a lot of direct intention. Just thought I could go start my own company, and did, and luckily was successful. But the EDC has really helped me put together business plans for the companies. And I would say what I call it the entrepreneurial ugly baby syndrome, that we think that every idea that we have is great. And the EDC has been helpful in not that they're mean about it, but to help to determine good ideas from bad ideas and do that quickly. And as an entrepreneur, that's something that you have to do very quickly.
As a serial entrepreneur, what's your vision for WatchPoint?
So I would say I'm really only good in a startup business. So I don't know that I could be an employee anywhere anymore. And especially once the company, once we're over the challenges of a startup, then I get bored. So I would say with WatchPoint, we're not there yet, but probably in the 4 to 5 year mark. Once we're to profitability and it's easy, then I'll be bored and ready to start the next company.
All right. What has it meant to have EDC as a resource for your business and your team?
Yeah, so probably the biggest things have been, and it's been instrumental, especially with wrapping up Access Backup, which was sold to a publicly traded company, and helping to navigate through that. And then with the startup of WatchPoint and helping to develop the business plan and marketing plan and grow that business, it's been instrumental.
Great. All right. Greg, these videos are being created to help EDC stakeholders better understand the value of the investment they make in our organization. Is there anything you'd like to say to EDC supporters?
So, I think that the biggest thing is just the true value that the EDC brings to entrepreneurs. So as entrepreneurs, we're kind of blinded by our own vision sometimes of thinking, when I say vision, of what we think the business can do. And the EDC really helps to hone that vision in and help to determine what's realistic, what's not, and to keep me specifically as an entrepreneur to help keep me on track.
Great, wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us today, Greg, and for building your business in Iowa.
Thanks for having me.